Good morning. Welcome back. So, I was having a little trouble thinking of what I was going to do today, and I opened up the floor on Mastodon last night with a tutorial, and what came out was the library of those who remember, although there wasn't a tremendous number of votes. And what, morning, Michael, what the library is the conversion of the dropship that um, the Falanti warriors that became the first half of the Falwe Atarti came down in. So first we're going to have to make ourselves a dropship, and then we're going to have to put it into the ground and age it 1,000 years. Sounds like fun. Let's get on it. All right. So shape. I want it to be a drop ship, not like I feel like the term dropship took a forever change after Aliens came out, and it ended up looking like an aircraft. This drops from orbit, making it look like an airplane is kind of silly. Um, so, obviously, personal opinion only. Where'd it go? Oh, excuse me. Something caught in my throat this morning. Um, Angular, sure. And see, that would be an alien style dropship, which looks pretty cool, but we're not doing that. Settings. We're going to mirror Y. No, sorry, mirror Z. Yeah, because this thing is designed to make lengthwise ships, so we're going to flip it up. So anytime we see the y-axis, just think that's the top, or up here. Box with don't smash into the ground thrusters. Exactly. In my opinion, the sci-fi property that got dropships the best is BattleTech. What is it? It's a sphere or a cylinder with engines at the bottom. They're not sexy. So we cut this down. Like, honestly, that's a dropship. We may even use that, something like that, as a dropship. I don't think we need to do too much more to it than that. Oop, there you go, dropship. That's just kind of sexier looking, but I don't want wings. Just kind of trying to see if I can get a good angle. There we go. Yeah, dropship. I never saw the Agents of Shield's dropship, but so I can't speak to that one. But BattleTech did a good job, and we're going to use this, I think. RX90. Yep. GZ up and SY out a little bit even more. So it's just a little rounder. Cool. Definitely got something stuck in my throat. What's our scale right now? I'm going to multiply it by 15. No, that's probably too big. Let's bring a person in so I can figure out what the heck I'm doing. Scaling things like this gets weird for me. I think for a lot of us. The tendency is either to make something too small or too big. Scale. Scale. That feels good. There we go. So what do we get? Yep, okay. 15 meters high, 18 meters across. Seems about right. actually. What? Oh, don't do that first. First, apply the mirror. There we go. GZ, bring it up back to here. It's not that it breaks after it lands, it's just out of fuel. Because if I were making a dropship for a planetary invasion, um, I wouldn't want it to have a lot of fuel to get down, and I wouldn't want to have any fuel to get back up. Because if you win, you can refuel it. If you don't win, chances are it's not the world's most appropriate tool to escape with. So why would you leave fuel in a ship? Just my vibe. All right, let's kit bash some now. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this ship because it's 1,000 years old, basically. Um, but we will do some for sure. Engines? I want to have big fuck off engines, essentially, to quote Eddie Izzard. That looks cool. Got it. Yeah. R X minus 90. Yep. Okay, 7. And RZ 90. Okay, cool. I think it's a little large. Let's scale it down and bring it in. Actually, Alt G, let's bring it to the center and bring it back out so we make sure we get it lined up right. Okay, 1. Something like that. Not pretty. Not supposed to be pretty. Certainly not sexy. Maybe bring it out a little bit just to give it the illusion of it has some level of adjusting. Yep, cool. I'm gonna move this off. Speaking of moving, get out the way. Okay. I watched Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. for the first 2 or 3 seasons, and then I kind of dropped off of it. Life happened. Wasn't that I stopped liking it particularly. I just had other things I had to deal with. Yeah. All right. So what else would we do to this sucker? I mean, it might have had ports, but I don't think we're gonna throw those in here necessarily, although we may cut holes into it. But things like antenna and whatever else have not survived the last 1,000 years, so that's fine. We don't need to worry about them. Honestly, I think a lot of this is going to be buried in the dirt anyway, or something. Just taking a look to see if there's more we want to do to it. Like, I feel like this is cool. Like, this could be a giant hatch coming down, and there are like floors here for troops. So it works. I mean, I feel pretty good about it. Let's just see, tab. I'm curious. L. Ooh, yeah, we can. So what does it do if we 1 Shift S2 tab 3 L on 3D cursor. Yes, have to undo that. Is it Y to split? Yep, Y splits. And that gives us the inside of the ship if we wanted to do that. But I don't necessarily think we do. Although maybe we could do that and then getting our floors across there on the inside would be tough, but it's neat to know we can do that. I'm just curious. We can bring those back down to here. I like them better a little further down anyway. And just for the purposes of, I don't know that we're going to use it this way, but where's our feet? Here we go. Alt G, 1, GZ to here. Seven, 9. GY. Cool. I'm just gonna SZ and scale it up a bit. Again, we're gonna hide all this underground anyway. I don't really know why I'm bothering, but I'm just kind of curious about it. And who knows, I might need it later. Cool. Actually, I don't want to do that yet. Because Shift D and location 0 and 0. And then GUI forward to there. Cool. And then Dropship. Cool. Beauty, eh? That's almost exactly what I would want. What if they've hollowed the inside out, though? I was going to show more, but I mean, it's kind of neat looking. We could always hollow the inside out. Let's see what we can get if we mhm. 3L, that piece, yes. I'm just going to solo. I'm just playing, incidentally, as per normal for me. I don't really know what I'm doing here. Up there, right? Yeah. No. There, yeah. Edge, bridge edge loops. No, we didn't get the whole thing. Why is that? All right, you know what? Fuck it. Alt X, mirror it on this side. Cool. Tab, E, E, GX. Cross like that. Cool. Down. And then 2, GZ. No. Come back. Where'd it go? Where'd everything go? Undo history. Where'd my extrusion go? Oh, I know where it went. Okay, never mind. Shift D. E. That's what happened. Right. 2 GZ. There we go. That's better. Cool. And 1 O connected only. GZ and down. Cool. I mean, we could do it this way, I suppose. I feel like, I don't know. I don't know if I want it open or not. I keep having thoughts. But we could open it for sure. Okay, this one's too far forward. Fix that. And we're just going to take this one and mirror it. So it's symmetrical down the middle, just because that looks cooler. And yeah, let's take both of those down a little bit. Okay. I mean, it's been 1,000 years. I could see it going either way. Really torn. Let's save first. I know what I'm going to do. Okay. I believe we're going to do both. It's going to be covered and open. Ha. Um, GY -1. Right there, yes. Oh, god damn it. 3P, separate object. There we go. Wider, 7. Okay. All the way over, yep. Oh. Actually gonna move it back a little bit though. I think to there. Cool. Yep. And tab 2 GY. And going to make this sucker. Well, first off, basically square still good. Yep. W subdivide. Cool. Yeah, that's good enough. 10. Let's even go more. 20. Tab. Okay. And we're going to make a cloth. Simply add on. Create simple cloth. There we go. Then we're going to take this and create a collision. And this time we're going to set its friction all the way to 100. So basically, if it touches, it should stop moving. And I don't think this is long enough yet. Okay. And play. Still not that strong. Okay. But it is going to do what I want for that. Good enough. Okay. But we're going to make it work. Tab 1. Turn on snapping to face. And 7. Yeah, I know, right? Totally. Yeah. Are we mirrored? Are we mirrored? Oh, of course we're mirrored. Yeah, because we separated it. Cool. Okay. That's kind of neat in a way, I guess. Okay. There we go. Tab, let's apply that mirror. And add these particular vertices to our pin group. And see what happens now. No, it's not doing what I want. I want it to like almost be a liquid, and that's going to be even harder. Let me just think. Okay, the first thing I want to do is edit this 3L. Actually, no, I want to edit this L, 3L, and I want to separate it from the rest of it. So we have that its own piece too now. Okay, so now if I have it closed and open. Okay. Now let's apply that modifier. I'm just bringing it back. It's the easiest way for me to get this piece back. LP section. Okay. Now, what happens if we do something like that? But before we do that, solo this thing, tab, edit, 3, select that, and bevel it just ever so slightly. Okay, cool. Now, yep, keeps our edge. Okay. Hey, Striker. Good to see you this morning, or whatever time it is for you. It's always morning for me, but you know. All right, so cool. So we've duplicated that side, kept it in the right spot, and made it a lot smoother. Now we can even, let's try adding a smooth modifier and giving it, see if it does anything. Not really. No, we don't need it. Okay, not yet anyway. I want to object set origin to geometry, object, and integer origin. Cool. And then scale it up slightly. Yeah. Bring it. Whoa, no, don't do that. Turn off snapping. Bring it in slightly. Just trying to build what will wind up being a slime wall over this whole thing. I think we're almost there. Okay. 9:20. Oh, it's late for you. It's 7:55 a.m. for me. So, um, add modifier, deform, displace, new, yes, texture, sure. And we're going to make it a distorted noise. Maybe I'm not even going to bother. I don't even know that I'm going to bother because I think we got it automatically. One of the things I realized and why it's been taking my renders a while to run is that my slime texture has displacement on it. um, and that'll slow your shit down just a little bit. So let's just plane and bring my slime generator on it just so I can get my material, because now I can use, I get rid of this displace and add procedural toxic slime. And let's see what we got. That is indeed slime. Although I'm going to change my mind again because I don't think I actually want it to be slime. Although that makes a good window. Maybe we'll do that. You can't really see what's inside anyway. That's kind of cool. Maybe we will go there. Okay. Now, we've saved, right? Let's give this classic standard. Maybe. I mean, we're going to change it anyway, but, and this also classic standard. Oh, sci-fi standard, not Chrome standard. That's why. Better. Okay. And voila. It is a dropship with with slime. Oh, it'll be sci-fi. This whole project is sci-fi. I'm just playing around with what the materials are going to be right now. It's not going to be that. Could be that. That feels more likely this is what it's going to be. We need to get rid of the lights on it. All of those are because everything is just 1,000 years old at this point. I will keep this section separate just in case I want to play with it later. And save. And then I'll stop shading in a minute. We're spending too much time shading earlier on the process. I really feel like that's one of those things that should come much later, but I wanted to get it kind of right this time. Delete all that. Okay. That's looking good to me. Okay, so now we are going to slime this thing. Just not this part of it. Take this, this, Q, apply modifiers. Let's go to gray. And join. Okay, cool. Now, tab 3, Shift G, normal. And let's grab a bunch of that. Still not getting everything though. Let's maybe do it the other way. Okay, B. That's everything on top. And plus, 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 plus. Plus, plus. Sure. Most everything. Well, I don't. Well, that's going to be underneath anyway. Maybe I'm jumping ahead again. Well, 7, 9, B. Let's remove everything on the bottom. Cool. Tab. Yep, we're good. Let's make that a group. Call it, it's going to be slime, but it's not going to be slime, but we'll just call it slime. Okay. Save. And again, just go grab ourselves our slime generator and drop it on this bad boy. And come back over here, and it's not the selection, it is slime. And it's hard to see without materials, so let's see what it gave us. Didn't give us anything this time. What the heck? I assigned it, right? Oh, no, I did. I didn't. Or is it on the inside? Well, that's looking right on the top on that thing. This object could maybe use a bit more subdividing. L, 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 L. Cool. W, subdivide. Yeah. I'm not even sure this is the best way to do it. But okay. Let's turn off slime. All that's selected. Morning, Anmy. Doing okay there, but I think that might be okay. Yeah, on this guy though, material is going to be. Why am I in Eevee? Cube. And just going to, for the purposes of this right now, we'll change it later probably. Add that material. Select this guy, and it's going to be dirt ground. And yeah, although we're sliming less on this one right now, but we're going to come through and slime thickness of 1. There we go. That's what I needed to do. Let's bring our thickness down a little bit. And crash blender. Fine. It's almost like it doesn't like these weird geometry nodes adjusting all of our vertices on the fly while trying to render materials too. And we're reloading though. And we got it saved. It shouldn't be a big deal. That was the first crash, yes. Oh yeah, no, that'll do it there, Michael. Yeah. Okay. Library. I haven't changed it. Let's see if it's got a more in the autosave. And no, we're still about the same. Okay. Oh, I lost my But oh no, okay, I still haven't joined it to, I should have joined it, right? Oh no, that's a separate object. That's why. What? Let's do it that way. Let's see what this does. Oh, I lost my mirror object. That's why. I see. This one, let's just mirror it on that. There we go. Okay, anyway, sorry, save. Back again. Noise strength of 0.1. Slime thickness of 0.2. Yeah, we're starting to get it. Slime material is going to be, we lost Earth, didn't we? Yes, so Shift A. Mesh. Plane. And dirt. Add material. Then we can delete the plane. And come back over here. And dirt ground. Actually, I don't want to delete the plane yet. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Come on. Yeah, I don't know. You're one of those people, huh? Right. No, it's fine. Okay. This is complex geometry that we are pushing in ways it's really not meant to do. So it doesn't really shock me that we're blowing it up. Mesh plane. Let's do this again. Get it out of the way. There's lots of things that are intersecting when they're not supposed to, and probably incorrect normals and all of that crap. So, it just happens. We're going to change the viewport display color, though, to blue, because this should help us now. Dirt ground, blue, right? So now we can see where our dirt is. Let's save. Slime thickness, 0.1, 0.5, 0.25. 1. That's getting close to what I want. Slime thickness, 0.75. Let's just go to 1. Crash. Does not want to go to 1. One. Okay, let's go to 1 there. 1. Save. Great. We can always adjust this too. That will give us what we need. Let us apply this modifier, which should make us a lot more stable. And then tab, select dirt, P into a new object. Tab. We are back, baby. Woohoo! All right. So that was the start of what I wanted to do, but I had more things in mind. And let's see. I want to create a spiral. Curved spirals, torus? Perhaps. Now, height per cycle minus, take it to 2.5, 2.5 meters down per cycle, right? Minus 2.5. No, that's more, well, I mean, that actually might be right, but, and then radius. Ooh, no, that's weird. Okay, maybe we don't want it as torus. Spiral type Archimedean. Okay. Radius growth. Good. Turns. Something like that. Height minus. Let's go a little more. 3. Initial radius. Actually, let's just see. 7. Okay, I can live with that as our initial radius. Polycurve, Bezier curve. Ooh, okay, no, polycurve. Rotation Z. Bring it around to there. And our scale does need to be bigger. Our initial radius, because it needs to be outside of that engine. Okay, Control save. Now we're going to come and we're going to give it a radius in our bevel of 1.25. That should be 2.5 meters, right? I believe it is. Let us come back and look at Javier, apparently his name is. See if he fits in this tunnel. He would indeed fit in this tunnel. Yay, Javier. Okay. So this is, that's a lot of curve, but I think I like it, so we'll do it. The only thing we will do is tab, edit, 7, turn on proportional editing, connected only, G. Where's my rotation? Oh, it's just rotating that, damn it. I need a Bezier curve modifier on it. Fine. I don't want to face that way. You know what? We're just going to not curve it. Well, actually, I like it reasonably there. And I'm just going to kind of distort this out so it's not 100% even. Let's actually remove connected only and just kind of warp it a little bit so it's not quite so perfect. Okay, cool. And save again, just because it's been that kind of day. Convert to mesh, which might be too early, but we're going to do it anyway. 2, 7, turn back on connected only, and G. It does mess the scale up a little bit, but that's fine. I'm all right with that. I don't need you animating. Tubes are kind of like big hollow cables. Yes, yes, they are. That is true. All right. So they're a little pretty right now. And I think we're going to sculpt them. That'll work, right? Right. Yeah. Control 3. That's not going to give us a lot, but give us some. Maybe even 4. Okay, and apply that. F4, append. Brush time. Blender brushes. Okay, lens. We want her cirrhosis brushes and her cordyceps brushes. It's her, maybe a guy. If it is, well, whatever. There, we'll say we want their brushes, then we can do that. Append. And the cirrhosis brushes. Append. Am I a full-time YouTuber? Oh God, I don't get paid for this at all. Full-time YouTuber. Nope. Not me, man. I'm a concept artist who works in the TV industry in Vancouver, so currently doesn't have a job because things haven't really started back up again yet. So I just have time on my hands, that's all. Not scripting, sculpting, not shading, sculpting. There we go. Full-time YouTuber, man. I mean, that would be interesting, but no, I am not. Yeah, this is not tremendously effective because we're not at huge polys, but on the other hand, I don't know that we need to be. We're just distorting this out. Right. I'll make it bigger. It does do more when it gets bigger. Alrighty. Okay. Let's switch that up to this one adds some definite edging to it. That's cool. Whee! Just kind of distorting it out. Actually, I don't really like it here though. Let's bring it back and see if we can't just grow that back. Ooh, blobs just kind of works too. It's kind of neat just to like every once in a while throw a weep boop. Okay. And here. Oh, neat. Yeah. Kind of throw some of these suckers on. There we go. I'm not quite anywhere near done this project yet, but I was watching Continental yesterday, which I'm quite enjoying. And it got me thinking, I saw someone said on my Facebook too, and I completely agree that it is perhaps the John Wick series, maybe the best World of Darkness television show or movie series ever made. It is the best vampire series ever made. And I was thinking it'd be kind of neat to just make a modern dark project again. It's been a while. So I think maybe the next thing we do will be like a urban fantasy horror New York. That could be fun. We'll see. I don't know, but they no longer look like just perfect tubes, which is what we wanted to make sure they didn't. So that's good. And I don't really worry about the back too much because, I mean, we're probably not even going to see it. Okay. Save. And we are doing good, but we need to give it a hill now. So there's some the spiral can be on. And I think Shift A, mesh, plane 7, S20. Yeah, it's bigger than that. Okay. And 1, GZ down to here. And let's see, Control A, rotation scale, Tab W, subdivide. We want an odd number of subdivisions, whatever we do, because we want that center point. 11 might be an okay starting place. That's just like your opinion, man. So, no. Maybe it is overkill. I like them. Fuck it. They're staying. They're mine. You can't, I mean, we'll see how it goes. You can't, to my mind, you can't super tell yet until we see how this thing turns out. But I love, quoting the dude anyway. So it's like your opinion, man. Okay, cool. We're gonna modify it more, but cool. Solo plus. Okay, no minus, not that much yet. GZ. Into there. Nope, and too much because we need my tube to go up. I may have made this thing go up too high, which we can fix actually. Yeah, that's cool. Cover that up with dirt. I like it. Let's see, connected only. Yep. Smooth. GZ. Yeah, I know. Now you're going to be like a pain in my ass. GZ minus 1. We're going to need to bring everything up a bit, but okay, let's call that. That's reasonably getting us where we want to be right now. We need to just save for append terrain generator. My auto terrain. Yeah, I went wrong one. Rocky Desert. Node tree. Terrain. There we go. Yeah, okay. Getting there. These are definitely need to come up, but we can do that. Let's do that with sculpt mode. And I don't mind that some of these tubes will be in dirt either. That they don't all have to be 100% out. But I don't really want them free floating too much. So we're just kind of finding that balance. Okay, cool. So over here, all this needs to come up quite a bit. There we go. Cool. Probably not even gonna notice that it's free floating, but I'm gonna notice. So that's what makes a difference to me. We're at 54. Okay, cool. Cool. And then let's maybe push this back in a localized area, so it's not utterly open or covered rather. Cool. feel like that's starting to give me the vibe that I want. That definitely needs to be lower, so our entrance is clear. Okay. And yes. Now, right now, our walls are entirely flat, which is fine inside. And I don't really want to create geometry for the whole way around it. But I feel like we need to like grab, like say this section to like there. And maybe this section here to like there. And Shift D, Alt E along normals and in slightly. There we go. Now it's got thickness at the end, and that's a little weird there, but we can fix that too. Sculpt mode. Let's see. It should be. Am I in the wrong one? I'm on the terrain. Yes. Object mode. Come on, Seth. There we go. Got the right thing selected now. Yes. Good. Sculpt mode. Flatten that out. Just a titch. Although it doesn't look like it's really there too visibly and looking at it. Object mode. Yeah, seems fine. Cool. Save. So we have our walkway up to the old dropship. The old dropship is not covered in dirt enough yet. Let's do that some more with sculpt mode. And let's F4 append. Fine, I'll just do it. This is what happens when I try to be fast about it. It just winds up slowing me down more. Brushes, game dev, rock, blender brushes, rock brushes, brush, rock VDM, append. And now we should be able to come over here to our tool. And do I have the right thing selected? There we go. Now I do. And let's just see what we can get. All right, that'll help. And then we're going to move it. Cool. And then drag it. Again, that way and up. No. I set that in the viewport color so I could see it better. If you just, I'll show you. If you look at the object in the material setting, if you go down to viewport display, I just set it to that color so we can make it whatever we want to, just so I could see it differently because it helps. And I think well, maybe we'll edit that object now, actually. Sculpt mode. And just, yeah, that's how we'll do this. Drag that on, keys that out, keys that. We can actually even just brush it, right? Yeah. And maybe we'll remesh it. It's pretty simple. Let's save just to be sure. Remesh 0.1. It's big enough that that might be all right. Or do we need to do much more than that? So that's going to actually probably make it pretty high poly. Whoop, now it doesn't like it. It's freaking out. Let's not do that. We could play with it, but there's no real need. Oh, I'm on that rock brush, aren't I? Is that what's causing me the, yeah. Neat. But it's low poly, so it just gives us some weird whatever, but we can then shrink it down. That's kind of cool though. Just to give it some bumpages. Sure. Maybe, there we go. Cool. And great. Object mode. It does, obviously, it does not show up when you render it. That's just the color it shows up in the viewport. But it is really helpful for seeing what the heck you're doing. Morning, Brian. Oh, I know what the problem is. I never applied the geometry node terrain. That's why it's being so a little bit unpleasant to me. Yes. It's like, what's going on? That's what's going on. I am dumb. But when I pulled that way out, I don't like that. It's gonna screw it. You know what? It's gonna make it bigger here and just get rid of the whole freaking thing. Yeah, there we go. Tab 3L X vertices solo it. Okay, 2 Control L X vertices tab. Okay, there we go. Save. Well, I wasn't too worried about it before, but oh, I lost all of my cool walkway though. I wanted some of that. Let's bring that bad boy back. Sculpt mode. Drag it. Cool. I want some of that there. Then I like that. Let's see. Object mode. Select this guy. He's got his subdiv. Cool. That's perfect. So we turn that off. And we just delete X faces. And actually, before we do that, grab it, Q, operators, add modifier, solidify it out a bit. Okay. Put that before the subdiv, then turn both of them off. Okay, great. Now, X faces, turn it back on. We have the entrance into our library. Didn't say it was going to be high tech, nor do I want it to be. And where are we at? 103. We're doing good. Okay. Man, this no longer makes it the dirt. Well, we'll make it auto terrain now. Auto landscape. That makes it kind of rocky, though. I don't really want it to be rocky. Is it the scale? Or the elevation? Oh, it's probably the elevation, isn't it? Maybe we will just, should be fine. I'm overthinking because we're gonna go and, well, actually, let's just go look at this material. Save. Do things the right way. Yep. What's our dividing? There's a noise, and then we're gonna have one up here that's probably going by, yep, split attributes. And this is gonna be our ground, right? Bet, and that's the dirt one. And I'm betting this is the rock one. No, this is mossy ground, it says. Or this is ground, yeah. So this is our ground one. Okay, I was reversed. Control C, and we'll just come over here. Okay, Control V, paste it. This should give us the ground from the other one now. Save. Most modifiers, yes. If you look at the modifier on, look at this one, you can see that Solidify at least has a vertex group area. So if you select the vertex group, it will only solidify that area. And we could have done that over here before too. Not all modifiers, like subdivision does not. And then you just cut the part that you want to apply the modifier to. Yeah, but cool. So see how we've lost our entire ship, and that's fine. It is all been converted. But now I have that ship. Should I want that drop ship for later, I can whip it out, which is what I really wanted. That was the point to that. Layout. Save again. Yep, that's our terrain. So we've matched reasonably closely. Scale's a little different, but that's good enough for what I want. And we've turned it into a structure that underneath had a certain form to it that I might not have ever made this structure otherwise. So probably worthwhile. um, We're going to call this one, we use barrier fungus for this one again? We could. Let's go use it. Excuse me. Farm. Material. Barrier fungus. Add it. And make this barrier fungus. Oh yeah. Pretty good with that. Feeling all right. So now, let's take this and no, just this to start with. Ooh, well, no, let's take them both. Yep. New collection structure or building. Let's call it building. Okay. And now let's do some geoscattering. Okay. Geoscatter. There it is. Grab it. Pink it. Biome scatter. Open to biomes. Oh, gotta close the asset browser first. There we go. And let's see. One is 7 layers. 2, 3, 5. 2, 6 layers. 1, 6, 8. So that's smaller. Good. 6 layers. Let's do 3. I'm gonna move this out of the way. And we have a whole bunch of stuff. Now let's see if it's as simple as bullying it with building and upward obstructioning it with building. Mostly seems like it. Seems like it did pretty well there. Do we have some, we might have some trees growing out of this pipe somewhere, but I don't know that I really super care. The water slide from hell, man. Save. Um, let's select now this object and give it a different biome. Something kind of got stuff on it as well. Let's try bushes 5, see what it gives us. It might not be thick enough. Yeah, I don't know if I like the bushes one. Let's get rid of it. And let's, even though it'll be more intense, let's grab a or the mossy ones because they're just kind of awesome. You get what you pay for in everything, and in this case, we're paying for it with polygons. Yes, and nothing shows because it's all too heavy. Great. What does it look like? We don't know. But it's probably okay. um, let's see. Does he have a ground anymore? Excuse me. That's floating kind of high up. Procedural scratches for glass material. That really depends how close up you want to be to it. Procedural stuff is probably never going to look quite as good as an image texture. Image texture is going to give you a lot more random fidelity than most procedurals. Let's put a rock here. I tend to use image textures for that stuff because normally if I'm bothering to put scratches on glass, I want it to be fairly close up. Your mileage may vary. There's nothing wrong with using image textures either. Like, I feel like people get this like, procedures are great. Like, well, yeah, I mean they are, but you know, there we go. That's a cool rock. Fits almost perfectly where I wanted it to be. That's just so grody. I like it. Okay. Right tool for the right job. Exactly. You know. Um, it's funny because I'm even that way about Blender itself. I have some friends that are just like, Blender is great. And of course, some other people I know who are like, Blender sucks. And I'm like, you're both wrong. Blender is a tool. I don't have to have any loyalty to it whatsoever. And I don't. The second something better comes along, I will drop it because it has no feelings. It doesn't matter. But the people who are shitty about it, and God, there are a lot of weird, like, wannabe like professional 3D artists just have this weird hate on for Blender. I'm like, why? It's good, like if it doesn't do what you want, don't fucking use it, dumbass. Um, and partially it's again, Blender users are their own worst enemy, is that they get so like evangelical about, but it's, yeah, whatever, who cares? I literally don't use a single tool that I used 5 years ago. Not one. They are all changed. Um, so, you know, I like these things. I just think they're neat. I like weird bio light poles. Okay, there's a couple up there, and maybe a couple down at the base too. Like that one there. And throw another one down here. Okay, save. While I'm thinking about them, select them all and object shade smooth. Save. Okay, move this off again so I can close it with another scatter at some point, probably. Close the area. Okay. In fact, I know I'm going to need to because we're going to need some background stuff. And we might as well just go ahead and do that. Happy little trees. Exactly. Every tree needs a friend. Okay. How do we want to do it? Shift A, mesh, cube, S100. Oh, not a cube. Come on. Mesh, plane, S100. That's what we wanted. GZ down. Cool. 7. G kind of over there. Sure. Tab I G X face. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that one this morning, that meme. I was like, all right. I don't know, like, which one is better? I don't know. People are all like, yeah, but like I like as shitty as, AI art can be to my job, I'd still rather have AI art than the Terminators, dumbasses. Jesus. People are weird. Okay. I actually don't think I'm ever going to show this face. And I'm going to make a decision that I'm not going to show that face by doing that. And now W subdivide. 3 should be fine. 1G. I am going to use auto terrainer on this too. Just warping it out. Is Striker a real name? I don't know. It kind of sounds like a douchey one to me. No offense. Um, I'm sure it's a real name. Rednecks have named their kids douchey things forever, but it's kind of more of a handle from. It's a military handle, and if someone went with a real name after that, possibly. Um, sorry, but yeah, it sounds like the real name of somebody who's trying too hard. Um, like I know if you named your kid that in elementary school, they get made fun of so bad. But I mean, like, who cares if it's your real if it's a real name? Eldridge 48 isn't my real name either, and that's my email everywhere. Like so. Okay, and apply, sure, and gonna have to close that again. That being my asset browser, geoscatter, and open biomes, and we're going with 14 again because it's really lightweight and it looks good. Yeah, exactly. People name their kids all kinds of stuff. It can be whatever. And like if you could carry it, someone's gonna make fun of you and someone's gonna think it's cool. Both are true. So, um, yeah. I knew a kid. My little sister knew a girl in elementary school whose parents named her Farfignugan, which was the old Volkswagen commercial ad, and apparently it means easy riding, which that's got to be brutal when you hit high school. God. Yes, exactly. All right. And we're not even going to see most of this as one piece. This is just, reality. Did you get the Farfignugan, Michael? Yeah. Yeah. Um, that that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh God, did you really have to? Um, and it's not an urban legend. I met the kid. It is actually true. So, um, you know how it goes. All right, so we got that. I think we're doing all right. Um, we're just taking it on faith that the plants on top of this thing look good because they're going to be too big to pull up without lagging everything to absolute shit. Um, I'm sure. I hope to God she did. Like that was. I moved away before I got to hear about this kid's later in lifetime, and I mean, like she's 40 now, so I hope she came to some peace. Um, I've just been liking these 55 ones, so let's just keep using them. We used 1005 yesterday. Let's try 1040. Save. I mean, that's kind of working for what I wanted. Not entirely sure yet about this. This feels a little too windshieldy for me still. But other than that, I'm kind of digging it. And we can fix that very quickly. Nice. Your Chinese name? Yeah. So there's no way to say Seth in Japanese well at all. The whole th thing just messes with people. So for the 2 years that I lived there, my name was Sesu, and I answered and God, you get weird. You get to the point you can hear someone whisper your name from a football field across. It's kind of odd, but hey, let's apply it. This and what's behind it? What am I seeing here? Oh, it's just part of the ship still. Cool. Not Setu, Sesu. Sesu. There's no two either in Japanese. It's Su, TSU. So, Sesu. Um, and if you want to watch someone's head explode in Japan, try to get them to pronounce Rutledge, which is my last name. Um, the closest you get is usually Ratoreggi or Rutoreggi. If they hear it, they tend to say Ratoreggi. If they see it written in English and try to pronounce it, it's Rutoreggi. Always a good time. Um, you know, um, Sculpting. Let's just select that. Yes. Remesh. That. See if it'll let us do it. Yeah, it did. Cool. And we're going to go back up to these suckers. And we're going to wonk it out a bit. I was fine with Sesu. It didn't bother me. I reached a point where it just became my name. I'm like, all right, that's my name. Cool. You know, it's all good. Names are just things we use to um, identify people. It doesn't really matter. My online handle in college was Foobar, and I answered to Foobar for years, just in person, live. Like a Foo or Foob. Foob was often it too. You know, like okay. It means P. Yeah, it's always weird things, right? You're like, okay. You know, there's no. It's just a word. Um, like that. Kinda. I do want some spikies though. I do like the cordyceps growths in a couple places. My guess is that they have to regrow this covering every couple of decades probably. So this is not would not be the original one. And like that. Okay. Yeah, that could be cool. That feels more interesting to me now. Let's see. Yeah, that's better. And I think so. Because there's a lot more visual interest. What's this cube doing here? No cube. Goodbye. Mhm. Looking neat. All right, let's go get rid of our dude. I think we're going to kind of mostly show it from up close here as our starting point because it's such a big area that I don't know that it'll make a lot of sense. I don't think it makes a lot of sense now, which is kind of cool. Like if you look at this, like, would you know that underneath that dirt thing there was a sci-fi dropship? Probably not. You know. And we do this. Like, oh, yep, there it is. Um, but I like it covered. It's been 1,000 years, and these people are more into that kind of thing. And it's also why the colonists wouldn't pick up on this stuff necessarily when they did their initial flyover now. It's because it's all hidden. It's all elsewhere. But I do kind of want to put a person in there for scale. Got my old. We could put our human people in. Um, I might actually put one of them and one of the locals too, because they are going to meet at some point. I'm not sure I'm going to show the meeting or not. I haven't decided. I like her. I think she's just kind of neat looking. Um, grab her, copy objects, back over here. I'm gonna paste her there. Oh man, a slime hoodie probably does feel nice in warm weather. Absolutely. It's the next great thing, right? We're all gonna have slime hoodies. I like this idea. Ah, yes, the slime shawls. Let's put her back more to here. See, that hole's pretty big for climbing up in there. I'm not really going to stress too much about how they climb up to it, but you know, it's working for me. And woo, yeah, let's not do that. Only rotate the bones. Otherwise, you end up double rotating everything else because they're attached to the bones, and it gets really fucking weird. Okay, got her there. And oh, that's a problem. I didn't even notice that. Not a huge problem, but let's tab, edit it, 3, L, P section. Cool. Should still be in buildings, right? Yes, good. Q, add modifier, solidify. Cool. Why do I have to have a little bit? Thickness of 0.1. Maybe even a little bit more. 0.2. Cool. Bouncy slime is how they climb. Absolutely. It also has a nice alliteration to it. Go away. I know what you're doing. Cool. But I don't want to see you yet. GZ. I'm going to cheat her around a little bit more this way. Yeah, exactly. They have their language is all over the place. It totally is. The other interesting thing to remember is that all of the women basically from their civilization were jarhead marines, and because they were all Falanti, and all of the men from their civilization when they started were egghead nerd biologists. So that's also going to introduce some fun linguistic stuff to them. Um, all of the guys were just super nerdy, and all of the women were pretty fucking hardcore. So I think you're going to have some fun civilization stuff from that, just in general. All right, and I'm going to put one local in here, though, too. Yes. So let's go grab them. And file, open, recent. Where we want to get. We want to use our slime farmer guy again. I keep using him. Let's go to the bio bridge. It's got everybody. It does sound like a fun mix. I like it, you know. I was trying for something kind of neat with that. I've been trying to decide how matriarchal patriarchal their society is. Certainly, the women historically were more aggro, but I don't know that that means they will continue to be 1,000 years later. Let's grab this one. Objects. Paste objects. Yep. And 7. Over here. I wish I could pull off her hair. What are you talking about? Um, I'm gonna have to repose her, I think, a little bit just for her feet, but we can do that. Or we just adjust the ground. But you know what? I could do it the lazy way. Yeah, let's do it the lazy way. Down, down, down. A little bit bigger. That seems good enough for me. Cool. And then we'll grab her and we'll just do just a tiny bit of, just because I kind of feel like it. RY, rotate her head slightly. Can't rotate her head too much because it messes with her nose plugs, which I love. So, but yeah, so you'll note that our actual full Flaunt is taller and skinnier and has a really different face structure, comparatively speaking. But whereas she ends up looking just kind of pretty, which is not something I was expecting when I halved the massive changes from this one to that. But it's kind of neat. All right. Anyway, we're going over time. Um, let's see. Um, find a kind of a cool initial location, something like that. Let's see. Photographer, camera, the Alexi 65 with the anamorphic lens. We all know. Resolution is a widescreen, and we'll go to like 35. Might still be too big for what I want, or too focused. Um, 28. I'm just trying to find where I want a good shot from. Something like that. Let's turn back on geoscatter and see what we get. Because they are casual. What do you want them to look like? Like they're just talking. That's too close. Okay, we got to fix that. That will need to change. Okay. One last little thing and then we'll call it because it won't take long. Oh, get out of pose mode. Object mode. It's like, why am I not seeing geoscatter? Because I'm in pose mode. But yeah, they are very casual. That's kind of the point. Right? Yep. There we go. Is it branches dead? Yes. Need to select that one and proximity to buildings and make it like 4 meters. And we're going to do the same with grass, even though we can't see it yet. But yeah, they're not fighting. They're talking in front of a library. So they're casual. Bye, Striker. Have a good one. And Ferns? Maybe we'll leave Ferns. Ferns seems okay. Yeah, I'm all right with that. I think that's okay. Let's photographer gone over today. That's fine. Select her. Focus. Yep, looks good. Save. On. Never understand people who said they look too casual. What does that mean? I don't get it. I don't know. Do I dig it? I kind of do. But I think the one more thing I'm going to do, just cause. Yeah, later, Michael. Have a good one. I know I'm over. I'll just do this. Then you can stay or not if you want to. Anybody? I won't be offended if you need to leave. Life goes on. Geoscatter, turn it off. Geoscatter, select that thing. Let's apply the solidify just to make sure. And cool. Biomes. And not per all. Come on. That. Give it a little bit of greenery on the ground piece. Because again, still buried. Should be more than branches. Is it still thinking? Yeah, okay, it's still thinking. Yeah, I like that stuff too. That's my vibe as well. I'm good with that. But once I get this in, I think I am going to call it. It's taking forever. I don't have that much polys, just well until we add the there we go. Yeah, that's cool. That's better, I think. Makes it harder to see that it's metal, but I'm okay with that too. Yeah, that's working for me. And I think on that we're going to call it because we got it where we need it to be. I got to post it up. We'll see everybody again tomorrow. We'll do probably one of the other 3 options on that poll because I'm kind of excited to play with a couple of them, having now thought of them. So as per normal, after I thought of them, this was the one I was the least into doing, but I still think it was kind of neat, and I think it turned out really well. So I'm good with that. Toodles to you as well. Have a good one. We'll see everybody later.